What you're looking at is a Bernie Garland Bushcrafter knife. In my opinion, it is one of the best all-round bushcraft knives. The reason being is this is basically like a Reveiw's Woodlore knife on steroids. We have the 4mm spine of the Woodlore, Scandinavian grind. We have an amazingly comfortable handle, similar sort of shape to the Woodlore. Full tang, boxed elderfell scales, and black liners. The steel is 01 high carbon tool steel. These are all similar specs to an original Woodlore model, but where it differs is this. This is basically what gives the knife its edge. It has an amazingly nice curved belly. What this means is that when you're cutting with the knife, basically a smaller part of the wood will touch it at one time and it will bite a lot deeper. This also adds a lot of control and the workpiece will naturally go into the edge of a knife. All of this together basically means that this knife will outcut pretty much any other bushcraft knife you get. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to run the knife through a series of tests and show you how it performs. So what I'm going to do is basically going to make a tent peg just to show this knife's ability to bite through green wood. See, very quick, very efficient, easy way of cutting wood. So, unlike a lot of other small knives, this one also has another edge. The curved belly and the slightly broader blade help it in, really well for chopping tasks. Say if you're clearing a camp or trying to clear some trees out of the way, building a shelter, this can also do a brilliant job of that. For example, you see, straight through, one cut. So, apart from just carving green wood and cutting through it, this knife is also brilliant for battening because of the heavy construction and the thick blade. So, I'll just give you a little demonstration. Simple, straight through. So although this knife is in 01 high carbon tool steel, which does hold and take a brilliant edge, any knife that's going to be used is going to get dull eventually. And to be honest, I've never found the need to take it to the Waterstones, as a lot of people do. Instead, I just carry one of these when I'm out in the field. This is a Spyderco double stuff ceramic sharpener. This comes in a leather case, and I've coated the back of the leather case with some stropping paste, which makes an ideal, compound when I want to bring the edge back to razor sharpness. Basically, the ceramic inside, we've got a fine one and we've got a slightly coarser one. And what you do, just lay the bevel flat, push forward like that, as if you're trying to take a slice off the edge, twist it round, and then do the other side again. And then I'd also slightly tilt it up and just under the knife's weight move it across. And this forms a micro bevel which keeps the edge much stronger and sharper. Next stage of sharpening, just place the knife on the back of the case and just push like that. And you do that however many times until the edge is hair-poppingly sharp, and that I find is a decent sharpness for use in bushcraft, because you don't need to put any effort into the knife to make it cut. Yeah, that's now razor sharp. The thing that I mainly like about this knife, well, is essentially a Woodlore on steroids, like I said before. Out of all my knives, this does, I'm not gonna lie, this does cut pretty much the best. But that's mainly due to the curved bevel, or the curved edge. A couple of disadvantages though: it does take some getting used to while sharpening with stones. And it can be quite hard to sharpen this little bit here, but if you've got if you're sharpening on a micro bevel or a strop or a steel, you shouldn't have a problem at all. Let's point onto the handle of the knife. Obviously, like I said before, box elder burr scales. You see, it's very, very nicely finished. It's quite a very solid grip. Your hand's not going to slip backwards or forwards. It's very, very nice. The lanyard hole, the lanyard attach, I find really helpful, say if I want to chop with the knife, and for securing it onto the sheath. And also the high grinds, they're just beautiful. I like high grinded knives. I find they cut a lot better with a lot less resistance, and they just look a bit more tasty. Solidity of the knife, then again, it's not a massive chopping knife. It's a bushcraft knife, but 4mm steel, you're going to have a lot of strength there. You're going to be hard pressed to break a knife like this. So I basically bought this knife quite recently, second hand, off a guy on the forums, and I got it for a bit less than the normal price. The normal price is about 200 quid, but for the price you pay, I think this is an absolutely brilliant knife. It's probably one of the best all-rounders I've ever had. It's certainly the best cutter in 4mm that I've had. Definitely a keeper for me. I'm going to take this on quite a few excursions, and because it's an absolute joy to use. It's an absolutely beautiful knife to use. It just wants to cut. It's got a hungry, really nice hungry blade. There's no effort at all. Every single job that I've tried with this knife is near enough effortless. It's a beautiful knife.